If you are in the UK and you're looking for the best gaming PC that fits your budget and needs, then you came to the right place. I'll show you the 5 best UK Prebuilt gaming PCs for 1080p, 1440p and 4K resolution gaming. And of course, I will also tell you the level of gaming performance that you can expect with each system. By the way, the link to all of these Prebuilt PCs will be down below in the video description with the latest pricing and availability. My name is Valentino. That being said, let's start. With the first system, we have the best budget gaming PC for 1080p resolution gaming. This one is called the Lunar 5 gaming PC and it has the RTX 4060 alongside the i5-12400F processor. If you don't know anything about computers, basically this CPU and GPU combo will allow you to play any game at 1080p high to ultra settings with no issues. In fact, the RTX 4060, which is the graphics card inside of this system, will achieve over 80 FPS on average when it comes to high demanding games, high to ultra settings. And if you want to play esports shooters, let's say you want to play games like Valorant, Fortnite, CS2 and these type of games, well, if you play in competitive settings at 1080p, you can expect well over 240 plus FPS on average, possibly 360 plus FPS depending on the exact title. So feel free to go with a 240Hz 1080p monitor if you want to play esports games. That being said, this system can do it all at 1080p resolution. Let's say you want to play at 1440p, well, if the game that you want to play is not very high demanding, you will be able to play at 1440p as well. So if you play games like GTA 5 or Fortnite, there's no doubt you can actually run these games at 1440p resolution as well, high to ultra settings. So feel free to go with a 1440p monitor if the games that you play are not very high demanding, or if you are okay with turning DLSS, which is the upscaler technology from Nvidia, which in my opinion works amazingly well. Now, the pricing for this system by the time of filming is around £750, which is the cheapest PC I could find that's good quality and it's going to perform amazingly well at 1080p resolution. Then if you want to play at 1440p resolution and you want to play high demanding games, I recommend you getting the next system on the list, which has a Ryzen 7 5700X processor alongside the newest RTX 5070 graphics card. This graphics card is amazing when it comes to 1440p gaming performance, and in high demanding games you can expect well over 100 FPS on average, high to ultra settings at 1440p resolution, which is an insane level of performance since we are talking about high demanding games. And you can also play at 4K depending on the game and depending on the settings, but for the most part you can expect 60 plus FPS on average, high to ultra settings, or even more performance if you turn on DLSS, which once again is the upscaler from Nvidia. And if you have a 1080p monitor and you want very fast performance, well, this system will crush 1080p resolution gaming and you will be able to play any game that you want at 1080p without any limits. When it comes to esports games, you can expect 240 plus FPS on average in competitive settings at 1440p resolution, so feel free to go with a 240Hz 1440p monitor. And here you also get 32 gigs of RAM, which is great not only for gaming but also for content creation and streaming. Now, the total price for this system is around £1,300, which is not cheap, but it's also not the most expensive system out there, which in my opinion makes it the best value Prebuilt PC in the UK. Now, if you are searching for a high-end system that will be able to run any game that you want, either at 1440p or 4K resolution, but you don't want to spend over £2,000 in your next PC, then this next system is going to be the perfect one for you. This is the Scan gaming PC and it has the Nvidia RTX 5070 Ti. The 5070 Ti is one of the best graphics cards in the entire market. It has 16 gigs of RAM, which is a very good amount for 1440p and 4K ultra gaming, which by the way, you can play at 4K 80 plus FPS on average, high to ultra settings in high demanding games, or even faster performance if you turn on the DLSS. And then you can expect well over 130 FPS on average at 1440p high to ultra settings in high demanding games. This is an insane level of gaming performance, and if you play at 1080p resolution, I would recommend you buying the last system and saving your money, because I do think that this system is a complete overkill for 1080p. Or you can also buy a 1440p monitor if you buy this PC, or a 4K one if you want even better visuals. Now, this PC not only has one of the best graphics cards in the entire market, but you also get one of the fastest CPUs in the market, the Ryzen 7 7800X3D. With this CPU, you can max out any monitor refresh rate, so if you want to compete in esports games, you can expect very high frame rates. Let's say you want to play games like Fortnite or Valorant, well, you can expect well over 500 FPS on average competitive settings at 1440p resolution, so feel free to go with a 480Hz 1440p or even 4K monitor if you want to take full advantage of the highest refresh rate monitor. Then you get 32 gigs of DDR5 memory instead of DDR4, which is amazing once again for streaming and content creation, and you can get this system in black or white, just like most PCs I've mentioned. Remember that if you want to check the latest prices and availability and also change the color of the system, you will have the links to these Prebuilt PCs down below in the video description. Speaking about pricing, this system goes for £1,900, which is quite expensive, but it's not over £2,000, and you are getting, in my opinion, top tier performance for 1440p and 4K resolution gaming. If you want to spend quite less and get similar performance, there's going to be a bonus PC down in the video description that's about £1,600, so it's quite cheaper and will deliver very similar performance because you get the RX 9070 XT graphics card, which is slightly slower than the RTX 5070 Ti, but it's also much cheaper, and the level of performance is very similar. Then if you have a lot of money to spend and you want a 4K ultra gaming PC, you want to play any game at 4K without any issues or limits, I recommend you getting the next system, which is the 3XS gaming PC. This one has the Nvidia RTX 5080, which is one of the best 4K graphics cards in the market, and then you get the fastest CPU in the market in the Ryzen 7 9800X3D. When it comes to gaming performance, well, the RTX 5080, as I said before, is one of the fastest graphics cards out there, so you can expect over 90 FPS on average when it comes to 4K high to ultra settings in high demanding games, or even faster if you turn on the DLSS. And then if you have a 1440p monitor, well, the 5080 is way more than enough for any game at 1440p, even with ray tracing enabled, so feel free to turn on every setting if you play at 1440p and you end up buying this system. For esports games, of course, since you get the fastest CPU in the market, you can max out any monitor refresh rate and you can compete at a very high level. You also get 2TB of SSD, which is plenty of storage, and you get 32 gigs of DDR5 memory, which, as I said before, it's great for content creation, productivity work and gaming at the same time. The price though is quite expensive at around £2,650, but if you have the money to spend and you want a complete gaming PC for any resolution really, this is the one that I recommend you buying. And then with the best of the best, if you just don't care about the money, you just want the best performance, I recommend you getting the next gaming PC, which has the Nvidia RTX 5090, which is the fastest graphics card in the entire market, so you will be getting the fastest performance at 4K, 1440p or 1080p resolution. You can max out anything that you want, whether it's gaming related or content creation related, or if you want to do some productivity work, 3D rendering, whatever it is that you want to do, this system will be top tier. But of course, you have to keep in mind that the price for this one is just under £4,000, so very expensive. But again, if you don't care about the money, you just want the fastest gaming PC on the market, because some people want the best of the best, this system will be perfect for you. Maybe when you're watching this video, the price is different. As I said before, you will have the latest pricing and availability down in the video description, and you will also find my personal PC help in case you want me to help you out find the right Prebuilt PC or PC build for your budget and your needs. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next one.